everyone, Zeddy here again with our final Showdown in the Badlands card review. We have the remaining legendaries revealed, excavate payoff for Warrior, clarification on Reno, and well, we're gonna go over all those cards and plug our giveaway. We will be announcing the winners on Sunday, so there's still a couple of days to enter. We're gonna be giving away 2 regular pre-orders, 2 mega bundles out of my pocket. All you have to do to enter that giveaway, like and comment on the video in the description below. Be subscribed to the channel. If we hit 75,000 subscribers by Sunday, I will add another mega bundle, so hit that sub button, make me go broke. Before we get into the new legendaries, just these are the hero powers for Reno Lone Ranger, the first ever neutral hero card. It's a Highlander one. If your deck has no duplicates, empty the board and limit it to 1 minion for a turn, so they can only play that 1 minion that next turn, and you literally can remove everything. Locations, minions, dormant things like Sargeras's portal, anything. And we already rated it a 5, and yeah, these hero powers are absolutely really good. They're random. There's 7 of them. They all deal 2 damage with an upside, whether it's discovering a spell, gaining armor, summoning a random 3-cost minion, or my face is blocking this one, but refresh 2 mana crystals, which in Wild allows you to play Koldar Drake and infinitely kill your opponent. So we'll see how that works out. But yeah, we know the card now. We have that little review of it. It's staying the same. 5-star standard Wild neutral AoE that just gives you potentially limitless value on top of it. Is just insane, and it can remove stuff that literally no other card in the game can. So let's get to the new cards, starting off with the Badlands Brawler. This is one of the excavate payoff cards for Warrior, a 7 mana 4/4 epic battle cry. Start a brawl. If you've excavated twice, this always wins. Finally, I think, well, I do say I'll still lose the brawl here, but finally they made a card where I can actually win a brawl. As long as if I've excavated twice, I get the board, right? This will be the last remaining minion. In some situations, compared to regular brawl, maybe that's worse. You got something really big, you got a huge board, you're just hoping you get lucky and win it with that. But overall, it's a 7 mana board clear, guaranteed board clear, that gives you a 4/4 as long as you've excavated twice. That seems really solid in any like controlling style deck, excavate deck. Obviously, I want this card. It's really good to get that board swing in. It's like, yeah, like compared to like a Twisting Nether or whatever, it is 7 mana Nether effectively with my minion on the board, or I get the minion 4/4 left over. I can run 2 of them. Maybe I can cheat it out somehow. And the only thing is, like, of course it doesn't deal with death rattles, that type of thing. It's not a poof effect, but still really solid. I'm gonna give it the Warrior package altogether. I don't know if it'll work, but this is a card that will be pretty good. So I'll give it a 3 out of 5 in standard, a 2 out of 5 in Wild. Almost all the excavate cards are odd cost for Warrior. So odd Warrior could try most of it. Not all of it, but most of it. And the excavate payoff, by the way, what is it? Well, it's the Azurite Ox. So after you've excavated 4 times, you get a 4 mana 5/5 elemental beast, which allows you to get a battle cry, discover 2 8-cost minions, summon them. Just, yeah, I get to summon them. Now we get why execute is 3 mana, why gaining armor is 3 mana. So I can't, I mean, technically, you can't get this on curve, but you can get it pretty early, right? If you excavate, like play your 2-drop, your 2 mana 1/1, your 2 mana 1/1 to your 3 mana spells, and then I drop the Azurite Ox, and yeah, that's pretty good. I can get like Ragnaros, I can summon Odin, bounce it back to my hand, and then I make sure I have Odin. That's pretty cool. So overall, pretty cool card. It's a decent payoff. It's not like Warlocks, which is terrifying, that just outright murders people and steals their health, but this is an insane board swing. And if you got Bran and Wild, you get 4 8-drops, or you could discover, I guess you would, how would they even work? Do you discover 4? I don't know, but this does seem pretty darn good. Again, can't really rate it because it's not collectible, but I'll rate it. We'll give it a 4 out of 5 in standard, 2 out of 5 in Wild, because yeah, I just don't think excavate will make the cut in that format. Next, we have the Mage Legendary. I wanted a cool elemental. That's what I wanted from a legendary that hadn't been shown yet, and it is Mesude the Fractured, an 8 mana 6/5 elemental Battle Cry. Draw an elemental, split it into 2 halves. What does that mean? You literally cut the card in half. If it's 8 mana, you get 2 4-mana versions of it. You also cut its health in half. You cut its attack in half, but you get 2 copies of it. Its text stays the same. The example they showed, hey, you can get 2 Ragnaroses. They'll be 4-mana 4/4s, but they will deal 8 damage to the face. You can cheat out that new free legendary. I believe it's an elemental beast, is it not? That you could cut that in half, play 2 of those, and then you could cheat out other elementals and beasts. I think that's the way the card was. It's barely seen play since it's come out because there's like no support for it. Well, this is kind of support. It's a cool elemental. I have no idea if it will see play. I feel like there's scams aplenty to try and make it work for. You probably only want. This is a weird one though. Like if you want to play elemental mage, you want to spam a bunch of elementals. But this card in particular, I feel like you want to really play only specific stuff and not spam elementals because I'll just get like, you know, a crappy little 1-drop or something. So really hard one to evaluate. I will give it a 3 out of 5 just because I think it's creative, cool, could lead to some scams, lead to a Ragnaros meta, possibly. You never know. In Wild, I can't think of a big elemental I want to cheat out. You guys can let me know in the comments below, but I'll give it a 2 out of 5 in Wild where, yeah, it's probably way too slow, but it is a really creative and cool card. No idea if it'll be meta. I hope so, because elementals are rad, and I think it is a pretty cool and unique effect. Warrior also got another card, by the way. Slagma the Slumbering, a 4-mana, 16 elemental beast. It has Rush, it has Taunt, and it's dormant for 8 turns. 8 turns, but if you excavate to awaken 2 turns sooner, I'm assuming you can keep excavating and excavating to ramp it up, and then you just get this giant minion on the board. Is that good? I don't know. It's kind of crazy, reminiscent somewhat of the darkness and all that, with the giant stat bomb being dormant for a long time. That card obviously never saw play outside of like some switcheroo scams in Wild and Priest where you could make your boar a 2020 with charge. That was pretty good, right? Yeah, it got, you know, banned for that reason, or at least Switcheroo did. And yeah, Slagma, again, it really comes down to like how good Excavate Warrior is, how reliably I can excavate. If it is just I play 4 excavate cards, I get this, that can happen just over a couple of turns, and you have a giant minion that Priest can kill for 1 mana with Light of Burns. Every time I see a big minion, I get sad. I could die for like nothing. But a lot of classes obviously will struggle with it. Again, I'll give it a 3 out of 5 in standard, a 2 out of 5 in Wild, where I don't think Excavate's gonna work, but I do think it's standard. It certainly has a shot, and this card also, I think Imic put this on his feed, has a signature. There will be a signature. This is the one that comes with the whole BlizzCon ticket. If you bought the legendary ticket, you get this amazing signature. So if you're on the fence over getting that bundle and you're like, I'm waiting to see what that signature was gonna be, I believe it's still purchasable, and yes, it is a pretty cool signature we will be getting. And the last card is the Rogue Legendary Velorok Windblade, a 3-mana 3/3. While this is in your hand, play 3 cards from other classes to reveal Velorok's true form. What the heck is that? Well, it is a 3-mana 3/6 charge minion with Beast. That is a really cool design where you gotta play your burgle cards. You gotta burgle cards to get this to be something more than a 3-mana 3/3, because otherwise it's just a 3-mana 3/3. But you get charge. After this attacks, discover a card from another class. It costs 3 less. So you burgled your way to unlock this dragon. You can charge, you can shadow step this and play it again and charge and discover some value along the way. I like that you can't just play this in some scam aggro deck. You have got to play burgle cards, and I don't think like the concoction package is going to get you there enough. Like there is that burgle option from them, but maybe in the whole excavate package where you do want to get other class cards, maybe play a Sunwell, you know, Swashbuckler is in standard, I believe. There's a lot of ways to get this going. I think it's one of the more flavorful, cool thief cards we've seen, probably since the card that made, I can't even remember, Maestro the Masquerade. That was cool until Noel broke that. But overall, I just think it's a really interesting card. It's scary to give charge to Rogue, but there's a reason it's 3 mana and not 2 mana, because then it would be 0 with Shadow Step, right? They're literally always having to design around that card. Maybe it's a bit of a problem, but as it stands right now, I'll give it a 3 just because I think it's such a flavorful, cool Burgle Row card, and it could see play, but you really do need to get those thief effects going or else this won't be happening. That's the last of the cards. So we'll probably have a tier list of the legendaries, all the legendaries from the set in the near future. We're going to announce our giveaway in the next couple of days, and we'll be awaiting like patch notes, the next rewards track. Theory crafting's probably going to be going on. We'll have a giveaway when the next rewards track is announced. Tons of stuff going on. Thank you all so much for supporting these reviews, tuning in every day. It's been a blast, and I am excited for Badlands, and now I got to figure out what I'm going to be complaining about. What's going to be too OP? Well, it's going to be a Reno, but you know, some other stuff. We'll talk about that over the upcoming weeks, months, and all that. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Have a great day, and stay salty, my friends.